Hey guys, John Tech here. So, Sony's PlayStation VR. There's not much to say. It's a VR headset for the PlayStation 4. Not too incredibly exciting. Although, honestly, it's probably going to sell way more than the Oculus Rift or the Vive. Even though it technically doesn't have all the bells and whistles of the Oculus Rift or the HTC Vive headsets have, it is cheaper. Not by an incredibly large margin, but it is cheaper, and the PlayStation 4 is cheaper than the PC you would need to run either of the other headsets. So, so what really piqued my interest is when a Sony rep in Japan, this was translated, I found the article on Polygon, it's like 2 paragraphs. But anyways, so a Sony rep said that they're actually considering bringing the PlayStation VR to the PC, although it's not a first priority. Their first priority right now is developing software for it. And I think Sony should bring it to the PC for a number of reasons. See, Sony should want to get their headset into as many people's hands as possible. And not everyone that owns a PlayStation 4 now are going to go out and buy a PlayStation headset. It's just not going to happen. A large number of them may, but not everyone. And honestly, they really need to have a bundle deal where you can get the headset with a PlayStation 4 already packaged. But another reason it's not going to sell that well is the headset already costs, if you buy the complete bundle with the controllers and the camera and the headset in one game, which is actually a collection of mini games, it actually costs more than the PlayStation 4 itself. So, having multiple uses for the PlayStation VR, or knowing when Sony gives up on the PlayStation 4 and moves on to the PlayStation 5, whatever, PlayStation 4K, I can keep using the headset with my computer. I can keep using it. It doesn't just die with the current console because Sony doesn't always have the best reputation with keeping up on their peripherals. I mean, maybe times have changed, we'll see. But really, Sony could use the headset as kind of a gateway to take on the PC market better than how Microsoft's attempting to do it now. If Sony wants to get their games for the PlayStation VR on the PC, what they really should do is create their own storefront, kind of like Steam, kind of like GOG, but there should be other benefits. Like, I think a really good one would be any game that you buy on the storefront is compatible with your PS4. I know it kind of sounds like, oh, well, they're giving out 2 copies of the game, but really, when you consider it, when you buy a game digitally, it's already more profitable for them. And see, if you buy a game on their storefront instead of buying it off of like someone else's storefronts, it's more profitable for them. And here's another thing, they actually make money off of selling the headset and the console. So if I buy games on their storefronts and then buy their console, then they're making more money. They're not losing money from that scenario like so many people think they would. See, really, it just works out for them and is not devaluing their brand. If anything, it can strengthen their brand. If they make the storefront right, give the right benefits to the player, and seem consumer friendly, it's only going to help them. Now, if they do it wrong, and Microsoft has done it wrong in a couple of ways. A good example is the Windows Store. And on top of that, the games that you buy off the Windows Store aren't full-fledged PC games. See, that's doing it wrong. And that doesn't help your brand. But if Sony does it right, it can help their brand. And honestly, I don't see why Sony wouldn't want to do it because it would be kind of taking a jab at Microsoft since they've been tooting about how they're going to take over the PC market and they're really not. In an earlier video I made, I did talk about exactly what Microsoft could do to take on the PC market with the Windows Store and everything all in detail. So if you're interested, you can check that out. And that can apply to Sony or Nintendo or anyone else, even though I'm talking about Microsoft in general. But anyways, That's just my 2 cents. See you guys next time.